Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. My name is Adam Ericksen, and today I'm going to talk with you about one of the passages we're going to be discussing this Sunday at worship at 10:30. We're going to continue to talk about the Sermon on the Mount, and this is Jesus' most important teachings that he has to offer us. And this Sunday we're going to be exploring Matthew chapter 5, verses 21 through 37. And there's a lot going on in this passage, a lot of really difficult teachings going on, and I would suggest to just focus on the very beginning, specifically the parts about anger. Jesus here is talking about anger, and it's an emotion that Jesus felt during his life, and it's an emotion that we feel throughout our lives. Children feel it, adults feel it, and Jesus, I think, is here really trying to help us understand the dangers of anger and also what to do with that anger so that it doesn't become destructive. Specifically, that it doesn't destroy our relationships. And this is an important conversation to have, I think, with our children, because it's important to understand at an early age to be able to name our emotions when we are angry, and also to start discussing ways to manage that anger in an appropriate way. And I especially think that verse 23 is important. Jesus says here, "So when you are offering your gift at the altar, if you remember that your brother or sister has something against you, leave your gift there before the altar and go. First be reconciled to your brother or sister, and then come and offer your gift." It's an interesting passage because people would go and offer their gift in order to get right with God. But what Jesus is saying here is that much more important than offering a gift to get right with God is to go get right with your brother or sister. And why is this important for Jesus? Well, it's because getting right with our fellow human beings is how we get right with God. Jesus says later on in Matthew that the two most important commandments are love God and love your neighbor. The two are connected. And so if a relationship is broken, Jesus says, go try to fix that relationship first, and then you can come and offer your gift. The point here, I think, is that God is most satisfied, happiest, when God sees that relationships are repaired, that there's reconciliation, forgiveness, and love happening amongst brothers and sisters and human beings in general. So an interesting conversation to have in light of this passage, it would be to read the passage with our families and also to discuss times when we've been angry and what are some strategies that we might be able to use to manage our anger in a way that's healthy. And when we start to get angry, how can we start to name that anger and express it in a way that might lead to a healing of the relationship? So those are some thoughts that I have on this passage, and would love to know what you think, and if you have this conversation with your children, how it goes. And hope you can join us this Sunday, February 12th at 10:30 here at Lake Oswego United Church of Christ. Until then, grace and peace be with you. Bye-bye.